In America, think they're the land of the free.
21.
You can drink in Belgium at 14.
You can die in Iraq 3 years before you can drink.
It's true, isn't it?
Yep.
His head was the shape of a shovel.
What?
Okay.
What?
Be careful what you say.
No,
To stop a dog going for you, you shove your finger up its arm.
Yeah.
Hello,
Welcome.
to
the
Free.
skins.
podcast.
That was so fucking lame.
What are you doing with your hair?
Yeah, what's wrong with your head, mate?
Oh, is it swept back?
You look like you've gone bald again.
I'm just going to leave it like that.
Ah, keep
Well,
it. It's
man.
good. Well, everybody.
Welcome to the 28th now, is it?
Oh my God.
We split Threeskins up as 2 words. It's not. It's 1 word. Like foreskin.
Yeah. Well, that was the point, wasn't
Yes. The amount of
it? There's 4 and then there's 3.
the amount of people that were like, "I get it, like your name because of like the weed," and it's like, no, it's literally because it sounded like Foreskins, but there's 3 of
I
us.
don't know why. Yeah, I don't know why.
That
people
was it.
Thought it would something to do with weed. Like,
We
what-
do need to go back through the Discord and find all the original names. Like, we had a list of potential names that we were gonna call.
Yeah.
It took us ages.
Some of
to
them were
think of-
good.
it
We were
took us
trying to come
ages
up with
though.
like movie pun names and
2.5 testicles.
yeah, we wanted to do 2.5 something.
6.5
but
testicles.
Or 3.5.
Anyway, yes. What has everyone been up to this week? Because I know some people have something interesting to say.
Oh yeah, Lewis.
Why have I got something interesting to say? I don't do anything.
No, Greg has something interesting to
Oh
say.
yeah.
Right. Clock quickly.
Okay.
I can hear it going.
Yeah, it's noisy.
Yeah, get rid of that clock.
Yeah, we forgot to get rid of the clock. We're just getting our slave to go do it for us.
You can fuck off, Greg.
Slaves don't say that.
Yeah.
I've actually ordered fireproof rope to make a whip out of, a fire whip
A
for
fire
a video.
whip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if anyone nicks that idea in between the time I said it and the time it's filmed, screw you.
My burps taste like scabs.
Yeah, you did say.
Like,
We
Can you,
all-
burp, can you burp in one of our mouths and then we can
As
get
a-
like
as a
a...
kid-
you said nothing's interesting's been happening with me this week. That's
But
pretty
it's
interesting.
just starting the day. Like, as a kid, we've all eaten a scab once or twice, haven't we? You know that
Nah.
horrible manky. Have you not ever done that? Like, just as like a little kid, you're like.
I
you
can
just pick it
imagine
off.
what they
Yeah,
do.
actually, some geezer, I was in Audi car park. Yeah, it's a friend of mine, and he goes, "A day to eat this is a hot pepper." I was like, "All right," and then he was like, "It was actually my scab."
That's fucking
I
disgusting.
can imagine they taste like sort of like irony.
Now imagine like
beef jerky.
they taste
Well,
like
scabs are human jerky.
they taste like pork scratchings, but imagine they weren't pork. Imagine it was like blood pudding.
So yeah.
It's like
blood
chewy.
pudding
It's
is what I
like
imagine it
chewy
tastes
blood
like.
pudding.
Have you ever eaten blood pudding?
I've had blood pudding. Yeah, it's not a fan. Not a fan.
No, I don't think.
It's not. I think we should do a blood pudding video.
I don't
like, where
think
eat
anyone
as
under
much
the
as I
age
can.
of 50 is a fan of blood pudding.
It's weird. It's a
I don't even
weird
think
thing.
they are.
I think they eat
They
it
just
because like the rations
yeah.
back in the wars.
They just pretend, don't they, just to keep up that
Yeah.
macho image.
Rations.
Careful of the table.
Rations
Greg.
were
Oh, sorry,
funny.
dude.
That's alright. Might just move it this way a tad.
Imagine me in the days of rations.
Oh mate, you go back to little skinny
It's like when they find out. Is it Hurley when he robs all the food in Lost and they all get
Yeah.
angry at him?
I like I don't know if any of you guys have seen pictures of Matt Young, but when Matt was young, he was a skinny little bitch, and I saw a picture of him, and I saw a picture of Macaulay Culkin not that long after. And you guys have the same neck. It's like this long neck with this giant Adam's apple.
You
Glad I
got
don't
a
have that
really
anymore.
long neck.
Yeah. You haven't got a long neck anymore because like the weight is like it's just gone into the.
So what was it
fat.
interesting that Greg's got to talk about?
Oh yeah, like literally about 2 hours ago, maybe an hour ago, 2 hours, I passed my driving test.
Ah!
Hey, first time.
Did ya?
Yeah, I passed
Yeah.
it.
Yay, Greggy!
I only have one fault the entire.
Really?
Yeah, so if I didn't get out one fault, it would have been flawless.
Yeah, because it's done.
Flawless
it's,
victory.
It's minors, isn't it? Faults. I think when I passed, I think I got like 4 minors or something.
Yeah,
but,
so like mine was just not checking my.
What's the
mirror.
minimum? Isn't it like 15 or
Yeah,
something?
15.
Over 15
Anything,
minors.
and it's
Major.
instant fail. Yeah, major is like if you like by your own fault force someone to.
But I
change
didn't
their
pass
speed and
I
direction.
didn't pass my first time. I passed the second time.
Because you're youth.
Well, it wasn't actually my fault, but and at the time I was really angry. I was like, "Fucking no!" But I'm kind of glad I didn't pass it the first time because I wasn't ready, and I would have had
It humbles you.
Yeah,
I turned up
Humbles
at that
you.
test
Well,
center today, and I was like, I am not ready. And then they give me like this certificate, and it's like, you passed, and I'm just like, I'm not ready.
well, no, I was. No, take it back, please. I don't want it. I can't handle the pressure.
Because like on the way back from the test center, the driving instructor drives you home, and I was just like, this is weird. When you just
I can drive now.
I can drive now. Like,
Look at my certificate. I can drive home.
So can you use that certificate now in between the time you get your...
yeah, I don't have a
full
car.
drive?
I need to go buy a car, but.
And once Greg has a car,
Have fun with
you're
all that.
going to see the crazy amounts of videos that we couldn't film before because we only could do them indoors.
And literally like 5 months from now, someone's going to be watching this, and be like, where are the videos?
Oh, dude, I'd give you a tip for cheap insurance as well. When you're looking through insurance,
Be older.
people are like, no,
And a woman.
well that. But when you're looking through like all the Go Compare stuff and all that, go on incognito mode.
Oh, really?
I don't know what it does, but like for the past like 2 years, my insurance has been like over £200 always. And when I got my new car, like in the middle of last year, and
This sounds like a conspiracy.
No, I couldn't afford to. It's almost like, you know how like when you're trying to book a flight, and the more you look, the more expensive it gets, and it's like because
I've
knows
heard
what
of this,
it's
yeah.
because it knows what you've looked at. If you go on incognito, then you find all the cheap shit because it doesn't look at your history. Well, like I'm looking for insurance people.
Do
and
it
it's
on a
like,
VPN.
Oh, yeah.
because I've
Get
had
it for
like
like
because
30p.
in the 3 years I've been driving, I've had like 2 accidents, and I've done a driver's awareness course, and I'm only like I'm not even 22 yet. My insurance is like fucking so. But and then I was trying to. I only had a little amount of money to insure it,
Self-inflicted.
and it was like 250, 300, £400 a month, and I was like, I can't fucking afford that. Beth goes on incognito. My insurance now is up £140 a month. That's That's cheaper than when I started driving.
I wonder how cheap I'll ever get my insurance.
Yeah.
Because I'm quite old now, aren't I?
Yeah, I'm the last, but I'm never going to pass now. I've got you two. I don't need to.
Well, not with your ankles, no.
Yeah, no
Well,
bitch
yeah,
ankles.
yeah, that is a shame.
Right, you might say that, but I've seen people without legs driving, so don't give me that shit.
Have you?
I've seen dwarves driving.
I've seen it, yeah.
Do
They
they
just
have?
sit on little booster seats, don't they? And they get higher up at pedals.
Oh, for some reason I always thought they had like broom handles on the bottom of their shoes.
Little stilts
That would be good.
with shoes on the end of them.
Yeah, you got to have the shoe on the end.
Oh, fucking hell.
Okay, we have a topic today that has been asked for probably the most out of all the ones that we haven't done.
God, yeah.
It's a weird topic. I don't know how we're going to be able to talk about it.
I don't know too much about it until you guys mentioned it to me in one of the last podcasts we did. And it's one of those things, I don't know anything about it, but as soon as you mentioned it, I was like, oh shit, yeah, I've had some weird stuff like that.
It's
happen.
weird, yeah.
So I'm going to kind of test you on a few things, see what your memories are like, and then we'll go from there.
Oh, what? Because like some people swear something happened and it didn't. Ah, that's cool.
So yeah, the topic is, I don't know if you're going to do the transition here, whoever edits it, but the Mandela Effect.
Okay, so the Mandela Effect is weird, okay? And
Tell me what you think it is first.
what the Mandela Effect is basically when people remember something happening, and lots of people, it's not just one person usually, lots of people remembering that something happened but it didn't.
But is that to do with something in your brain, or is that just because
We'll get into that.
so many people have that opinion that it just spreads?
So I've actually I wrote this last night, a little script on what to talk about
So
today.
Okay.
I know it's called the Mandela Effect because some people swear that Nelson Mandela died when he got put in prison.
All right, you're getting away.
But is that just because they just assume that because he's really old?
I personally, when I found out that Nelson Mandela died, because obviously it was all over the news, I was like, I thought he was already dead. But I didn't think he died in prison like some people do. I just thought he already died of old age. But
Okay, so I'm gonna the only like I typed in definition, and the only one I could find that wasn't linked to false memory was on Urban Dictionary.
Okay.
Reliable.
The Urban Dictionary definition says, named after the famous Nelson Mandela conspiracy.
Oh, hello.
Yes. Do you remember that from Harry Enfield?
Do you want me to read?
No,
do you want me to read it in the Mandela voice? Oh, hello. My name is. Wasn't there a bit in the Harry Enfield thing where he, like, I can't remember why, but he jumps out of a wheelie bin or something? I swear there was a thing in Harry Enfield where Nelson Mandela jumps out of a wheelie bin. I swear.
You swear.
I swear. But did it?
Exactly.
Harry Enfield doesn't even exist.
Harry Enfield never did Nelson Mandela.
Who's Harry Enfield?
I swear he's dead, and
Yeah.
he died in prison.
So it's basically when a large group of people remember something being a certain way, but when go back and look at it, it has changed or is gone. Well, you can tell this bit's from Urban Dictionary. It has changed or is gone in this universe with no reasoning other than it's always been like that.
Brett, you blew my mind then with that sentence. I didn't understand a word of that sentence.
My mind is
I was like, what?
So the example of that is that a lot of people thought that Nelson Mandela, that's his new name.
Nelson Mandela.
Nelson Mandela died in prison.
Maybe Nelson Mandela did die in prison, and that's why.
But that's the thing is that because he went in prison and then afterwards he became the prime minister, president, or whatever they have there. How do they not remember him becoming president? That's what strikes me as weird.
Can you imagine anyone like in this age? Can you ever imagine electing a felon to
I know, right?
a president?
Mad, innit?
Oh yeah, like someone who lies and cheats and is a well-known sexual offender.
You're not president. Right, so it says that a lot of people think that he died in prison. However, that's not the case.
How long was he in prison for? It's a fucking long time.
I think it was about 30 years, but don't quote me on that.
Yeah, he was in for a long time.
But he was actually released in prison and died at the age of 95 years old.
It was only a couple of years ago, wasn't it? Was it that long ago?
When was it?
2013.
No, it wasn't, was it?
No, it can't be that. I swear it was like only like 4 years ago.
Well, it's the Nelson Mandela Effect.
Was it 2000? You're going to have to check now.
Oh, you want me to check?
Maybe.
Oh, yeah.
The reality I'm from is totally...
And I'm not even trying to, like, fucking meme here. Like, oh, the Mandela... But I swear to God it was only a couple of years ago.
I just opened up my internet browser and it's looking at...
Because that was the year...
for cards for Greg.
That was the year that I left school. And I swear it was way after that.
No, I don't know. I remember it happening.
2013.
Really?
Well, he says his last spouse was 2013, so I assume... No, he died on the 5th December 2013, Horton Estate, Johannesburg, South Africa.
I guess it was...
Nelson Mandela
It was
House.
at the end of 2013, so it's not that bad.
A lot of people think he died in prison, though, so if you type it in, it's literally
I find that weird because, like, I remember him becoming the president, prime minister, or whatever the fuck they call it. But I swear I remember him dying. That's weird.
I don't think there's anything spooky there. I just think that it's a group of people have just assumed that Nelson Mandela is dead because he was so old, and they've told all their mates, like, yeah, he's dead. He died in prison. He was like 80. He died in prison.
And then their friends just take their word
Yeah,
for it.
and then they spread it all.
That probably happened so much, but then back then you couldn't really look it up on the internet.
Yeah, you'd have to
Like
go to
the
like a
90s.
library.
Library.
The amount of, like, people in films from like the 80s that I just assume are dead now, and you're like, they're fucking alive. Like, what? It's just, I think that's
Like
just
who?
what it is. I don't know, like, well, if you hadn't looked it up...
Sean Bean?
No. If you hadn't looked it up and you didn't know about it, imagine seeing Christopher Lloyd in Back to the Future. You'd have been like, that guy's dead now. But he looks younger now than because they had all makeup, but he wasn't actually that old, was he?
That's something that's
Money!
Yeah. When I found out he wasn't actually like 80 when he filmed.
No, he was in like his 40s or his maybe 50s.
Weird.
He wasn't that old. They just put all makeup on him and make him look. But if you didn't know, you'd be like, that guy's fucking dead.
It's kind of morbid though if you're watching a movie from the 60s and you're like, Yep, all dead.
Oh mate, you watch something like North by Northwest or something like that, and it's just
That's an amazing film.
That's good. Yeah, or if you watch like Psycho and there's a really old dude in there, it's like fucking dead.
Oh my God.
Like, he was dead before Arnold Schwarzenegger was born.
Sorry to go off the topic of the Mandela Effect, but speaking of Psycho, I've been watching like recently just serial killer programs. For some reason they eased me to sleep. I don't know why. Loads of serial killer documentaries, and there was a new one that came out on like Sky or I don't know what it was. Watched it on the iPad, and I was watching this episode about this guy called Ed Gein.
Yeah.
And he like inspired Psycho. And I swear to God, I've watched so many of these like serial killer things. You know, serial child paedophile murderers. You know, and it's just like oh yeah. But that was the one thing I watched, and it genuinely turned my stomach. Like seeing some of the pictures inside this guy's house are like masks made from human flesh and a sofa full of covered in faces and shit. I was like, and there was like a woman's head in a box. I was like, this is just fucking...
Dude was next level.
Yeah, dude, I was watching it like, bro.
Apparently a lot of it was grave robbing and he only actually killed 2 people.
I think from what I saw, he killed a lot more than 2 people, but it wasn't proven. But like they found people buried like on his land years afterwards.
There's loads, like most serial killers.
But he robbed a lot of graves.
Most serial killers they think killed more, but it's like you can't prove it, especially if they deny it all. And then some serial killers lie about killing more, so it's always hard to know the exact number of serial killer killers.
Yeah,
it's true.
Yeah.
Anyway, Mandela Effect.
I like the Ed.
Yeah, I think going back to when we did serial killers, I think he's probably my favourite now, just because he's so.
Whoever's editing this, please put this chunk in between before us talking about the first topic, because I forgot to read out the donations.
Man. Greg can do it. Lewis will do it. Greg can do it. Okay, do donations quick then. How much longer have we got on that?
It says it's 18 minutes in, so we've got another 10.
Alright, sweet. Okay. Donations. We've had some donations from you guys. You guys have donated. If you would like to donate, our tip jar link is in the description. If you are listening on iTunes or Spotify, which I imagine you're not, then where can they find the link?
It's in the description.
Oh, it's in the description of that as well. Don't worry. If you would like a little shout out and you would like to help us out, you can donate whatever you want. Then yes, please click on the tip jar link. Thank you very much, Matt. What are the donations?
Right, this one's a big boy.
Ooh, it's a big boy.
It's from Dave Bessner, but I just realised that he messaged me saying, "Oh, dude, I sent you some money on PayPal,
and it
but
didn't come through."
I didn't write a
he
thing
didn't write
for it.
Yes, I saw that briefly. So what? Has he sent you a message on what, like Instagram?
Do you want me to get a message up?
Got it.
Oh no.
No, I haven't got it. You do it.
Read the other donations while he's looking for the message. Okay. Okay, Matt, who's donated?
We have. Rowan Edwards.
Rowan Edwards.
You didn't say anything, but thank you, Rowan.
Thank you very much, man.
We also...
Keep on rowing.
Hey. We also have William Andrews.
Guys are Don. He's got to be our top donator, isn't he?
Yeah. By times. You got it?
Definitely.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
Cheers, boys. Last 3 pods have been great. More vlogs coming soon, now that the weather's getting better. And that Greg can drive, so we can go anywhere.
Oh, well, not anywhere.
Well, we could beforehand because
no.
Lewis had a car.
No, Greg was talking this morning, like, oh, yeah, I could just get a fucking car, go to Scotland, didn't I?
No, I said that earlier. I could.
Dude.
I literally could.
Have fun.
It's not that bad.
Mate, there's a big difference, and you'll learn this when you start driving. There's a big difference between sitting in a like a road trip and driving in a road trip. I swear to God, every time I've driven to Wales, and it's like 6 hours, I get out and I want to kill myself. Have you got the message from Dave?
Yeah, he says, yo, hey boys, just popped you a tip, but didn't say shit. So I figured I'd shoot you a message. big fan of the podcast and even bigger fan of giving the rat shit in the comments. Keep up the juice flowing and always remember, my young rat, save the cheese. Cheers.
What is this save the cheese thing? Where does this come from?
Did we say it in a podcast and we forgot?
No, it's
that was from Dave. Thank you,
Can
Dave.
somebody please explain what this save the cheese thing is? Because I see it everywhere in regards to me. And I'm assuming what it means is because I'm a rat, I eat all the cheese, so you want to save the cheese. But I don't know where this thing started.
I don't remember ever saying that.
No.
I might have.
Well, he's given us some cheese now, and we can save that.
Cheddar.
Get
Thank
it?
you very much, Dave.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone who donated.
Yes.
Now. Ooh, sorry, technical difficulties. We are back to Mandela Effect.
Mm-hmm.
So I have
Mandela
1, 2,
Effect.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Mm-hmm. What,
Name-
10 stories that are like common in the Mandela Effect in which people think something different happened?
Yes.
Okay.
This one is going to be kind of a test. I spoke to you about it before, so we'll leave it with Lewis. Name some characteristics of the Monopoly Man.
Okay, right. I'm guessing it's because a lot of people confuse him with the Pringles dude. I believe he wears a monocle.
Keep going.
He has a moustache.
Mm-hmm.
And he wears a top hat.
Yes. Apart from the first one, he doesn't have a monocle.
He does have a monocle.
He doesn't wear a
He
monocle.
fucking wears a monocle.
Is it the Pringles guy then that wears a monocle?
No.
Or if he then where's this come from?
Well, the only
wears
thing,
a monocle.
Oh, dude, this is weird.
the only way I can think that this has come from is from
Ace Ventura.
No.
Yeah.
Dude,
Unless the people that wrote that scene
Google
just,
it right now. Look him up. Get him up on the screen.
This is bullshit.
If
Somebody-
you don't agree with me,
Fucking
it's
bullshit.
there.
Well,
He
no,
has a
no,
monocle.
that's fine. But there must be somebody that looks similar that wears a monocle because there's no reason for people to
Yeah, it's
just.
the guy from Ace Ventura.
No, but-
I put down possible reason for this being the second Ace Ventura, where a guy who looks like the Monopoly Man is knocked out and worn like a human scarf.
What?
You know what? I think you're right.
This is bullshit.
No, Greg,
Greg, he doesn't. Forget it.
he doesn't. He doesn't.
No, wait, he does. Ah.
Oh, you Google it with him on.
Someone's just drawn a flag around. No, you're right. He doesn't.
That's just paint with a.
I swear. Can you Google the Pringles logo quick? Because I swear that guy.
He doesn't
wears...
have a monocle.
Does he
either.
not?
No.
Fucking hell. Where's that come from then? There's got to be
I
something.
just told you, human scarf.
It's not from fucking
It
Ace
doesn't
Ventura.
either. It doesn't either. They don't have monocles.
See,
Wait,
don't have monocles.
It can't be from Ace Ventura. I swear everyone thinks that. Like, whether they've watched it or not.
No, yeah, I don't think it's from Ace Ventura because Monopoly's been going for fucking years.
Yeah, man. That's just like...
Like, no
But they
way.
also think that the Mandela Effect has only been spoken about in the last couple of years, like decade. I'll get into that a little bit later.
The recent
Okay.
merge of the universes.
Right, so the Monopoly guy doesn't wear a monocle. All right. Okay.
Okay.
Is it just me doing these because you've
No,
spoken?
you did.
Greg?
If that was just for that one, because I already spoke to him about it.
Bullshit.
So you don't believe that?
No,
Whoever's
I do-
editing this, get him up on the screen.
No, I do believe it. It's just I want to know what.
These guys are acting that they're interested. Look at it.
Oh,
Wow, he doesn't have a monocle.
It's changed my life, man. It's a shower
I
thought.
think it's bullshit.
Shower thought.
Have we ever
Oh, can
thought
I
about-
can I mention a shower thought quickly that I missed out in the last episode?
shower
Trust me, this one's funny.
Shit, go on.
Okay.
Better be good.
So you know centaurs.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get this up just so I can word it correctly. Right. If centaurs were real, the bottom half would start walking around immediately after being born, whilst the top half would be all floppy for the first 2 years.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Right.
That's
That's
they've
interesting.
got a good point. They've got a good point.
I would love to see someone like animate that.
It's a baby centaur, like his head just bobbling around.
Okay,
Alright.
both of you.
Okay.
Give me some famous Star Wars quotes.
Some famous Star Wars quotes. So there's
I
too
love you.
many.
I know. Yeah. May the
Just
force be
you know the
with
ones that are like huge.
Oh, right. I know what this is.
I got a bad
It's
feeling
I
about
know.
this.
No. I know exactly what this is about. This is about the Darth Vader reveal scene, isn't it? because everybody thinks he says something, but he doesn't. Everyone thinks what is it? Everyone thinks he says.
Everyone thinks he says, "Luke, I am your father," but he doesn't. He says, "No, I am
Yeah.
your father."
No. He goes,
No, I am your father.
Where's Padme?
You killed her in your rage.
what? That's the dumbest fucking no ever.
Like,
Sounds like
in the
Chewbacca.
editing room, like, I bet George Lucas was there. You're just like, this is fabulous, and everyone else is just like, should we tell him?
Yeah, should we tell him this is
It's like,
fucking
no,
ridiculous?
we don't want to end up like Ed, and there's Ed there, and he's got all his things on the box, and he's walking out because he said that Jar Jar was
Should we tell him that it sounds like the guy in Family Guy who's like, oh no, like it's not good. It's not good, George. Fucking hell.
Should tell him it's shit.
What
Yeah,
I
so
find
is that-
really funny is that, have you seen, like, because of the memes, everyone's starting to be like, oh, the prequels actually aren't that bad.
Yeah, but that's what memes do.
Yeah, memes.
The things,
yeah.
innit?
It's just because it makes
It's like
it funny.
that's why the room is big.
No, but
Oh,
the
hi-
room
oh, hi,
is genuinely, like, bad funny.
Well,
Like,
hey, doggy.
But it's not even that it's
Hello,
bad.
doggy.
It's not even that The Room is a bad film. It's just more the fact that it doesn't make sense.
it doesn't.
None of the scenes mean anything.
Dude, the sex scenes are
It
hilarious.
feels like a dream when
The-
you watch
Yeah.
it. It's
When
like
you're,
different-
it's
it's
like a dream. Nothing links up. Like when they're just all of a sudden in suits, and then they go and play football outside, and they're like, it's like what's going on? I
Right.
don't know what
Do
the
you-
fucking.
Just thinking about the sex scene in there. Do you remember? I think we were downstairs once, and we were watching the Sci-Fi Channel.
Oh,
it was
that's
like-
always got some quality.
It was
shit
like
on
2 in
it.
the morning, and there was this couple that were just fucking, and then there's like, you know, like 4-poster beds with like drapes, so kind of like
Yeah.
see-through curtains.
Yeah.
And there's just like these aliens like looking through the curtains.
What the
I did
fuck?
not remember
And
that.
then, like, it's video. It was going on for ages. It was
If
like,
anyone knows what this ET fucking porno was, can you write in
dude,
the
it's
comments?
just 2 people having sex, and like,
There's some
all these
aliens
alien
peeking.
heads, like.
That's just, I wouldn't remember that. Unless I was like dead baked.
I couldn't tell if it was all wavy and weird like that, or I was just really drunk. Maybe I remembered it wrong, and it's Mandela Effect. Haha.
If anyone knows what that film is, please tell us.
So back to Star Wars quotes.
It's no, I am your father.
It's no, I am your father.
But everyone thinks it's
Luke,
Luke.
I am your father. But the only reason I can think of that
That's
is
not true.
like
I think just parodies, all the
Parodies.
all the parodies.
yeah.
Yeah, 'cause I know
Parodies,
that because
I think.
I know that because I am a huge Star Wars fan, and I've watched.
well, there's another Star Wars one later.
I
so
watched
we'll
Empire Strikes
see.
Back like 200 times.
We'll
but
see.
I would never get that wrong.
Right.
Okay.
Do you remember Tiananmen? I'm going to say that wrong. Tiananmen.
Yeah,
Tiananmen.
Yeah, the massacre in China.
Yeah.
80s. Yeah.
Tiananmen Square.
Or was it early 90s?
You remember the Tank Man? You seen that
Yeah,
picture,
Mr.
ain't you?
Tank Man,
Yeah. What happens at the end of that video?
I've never seen the video. I've only seen the picture. So.
I don't know what this is. I mean, I know what Tiananmen Square is, but I've
Do you know
never
the
seen
the
this
tank guy? There's that
video.
famous picture of a guy just stood in front of a line of tanks. Oh, I must have hit
Oh,
that.
okay.
Yeah, no, because I've never seen the video though. I didn't even know that it was a video.
Get the
I thought
picture up here, whoever's editing.
I thought it was just a photo.
There's a video, and the video claim a lot of people who've seen the video claim to have seen the man run over by the tanks.
No, that would be like a big thing. Everyone would know about it, surely.
I think that's just school kids watching it and being
uh,
like, it would have been
no,
funny if he got run over.
We know from reports of what happened in the massacre. It was pretty bad.
Yeah, let's not go into that.
Yeah, I don't. There's things I like talking about that are gruesome, but that's not one.
I watched a documentary on it
It's
a couple of
not-
months ago. I was
This
like,
is a comedy
fuck.
podcast,
Yeah.
and there's no way that you can make sort of like
Oh,
mass
man.
genocide or massacres
It-
funny. It's just, I mean,
We-
we can have a go.
We've tried for the last 28 podcasts.
We didn't get as many laughs as we wanted, so we're just gonna avoid it now.
So yeah, no, basically that's one, and a lot of people claim to have seen the man run over by the tanks.
I haven't seen
No,
the video, so
I that's one that I don't
But,
feel any affinity with.
I've actually seen the full footage, and he's just whisked away by people,
I didn't even know that
and
happened.
then
Like I
and then
said, I just thought it
never
was a photo.
seen again.
Well, it's China, you know.
You guys like monkeys?
Love monkeys. Yeah.
You like monkeys?
Depends on the kind of monkey, though.
Arctic monkeys.
Oh, no,
No, the
that's
ones
trash.
that go
The
in, like,
monkeys?
trees and stuff.
Hey, we're the monkey. Oh, the ones in the trees.
Yeah,
The ones
animals.
that get bananas and go blah, blah, and then eat it.
Oh, is that
The ones that threw their shit in that old lady in the wheelchair's face.
One of the best videos of all time.
Now wait, what? I thought those were chimpanzees though. Those are technically apes.
All right, okay, fair enough.
Fuck off.
A good story though. Quickly, Bethan showed me a video the other day. I thought it was like a viral video, but it wasn't. It was just one of her friends had filmed it at like either Longleat or somewhere, and they were just stood at the glass at the chimps, and this chimp's just looking at them, and he just takes a shit in his hand like that, and then just starts eating it. And he just takes shits in his hand like that. And
Please get.
I thought he was
get
gonna
him to
throw it,
send
and
that
he
to
just
me.
like
Send
he
that
just
to
starts
me.
eating a
They
fistful
are
of shit.
on like a whole other level of existence, to us,
Mate.
aren't they?
So good. I was in tears. I thought it was a big viral video.
Yeah, but the thing is some humans do that. How do we not
Man,
know?
you
He's...
got-
Or the chimp that fucks the frog,
You've
man.
got all these Americans saying that like
Fucking
owning
hell.
guns is like a right and a freedom. I tell you what, the right and freedom I want is to shit in my hands and take it eat. And
You
no
can.
One, yeah, but no one judge me.
Don't tell anyone.
No, but I wouldn't be able to do it in front of everyone at a zoo.
Greg, you openly tell people that you
chimpanzee
smash
can
up
do that, I can't.
graves.
Yeah, but that's socially accepted now.
I don't want to eat it, but I'd like to be able to throw it at old people.
The
Just
look
on the
her
street,
fa-
like-
the look on that woman's face.
It's like hanging off of a glass. It was so
Oh.
good. So good.
Perfect aim. That was great aim.
I'd love to interview her.
I don't know why have chimpanzees not learnt to throw spears? Because they can throw shit really well. I feel like they can throw
No,
spears.
no. Apparently, that's one of the reasons why we're so advanced. Because
Greg,
of our
you've been
ability
watching
to throw.
Planet of the Apes.
Yeah. Man, it's a good film.
No.
Okay, yeah, I like monkeys. What is this about monkeys?
So, do you guys know of Curious George?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
One of my best mates looks like him. I called him Curious George throughout all the school. Hi, Jack.
Is he also curious?
He's a cunt.
Oh, okay.
So I'll see you.
Curious George. Does he have a tail or not? Do you remember him with a tail, or does he not? Does he have a tail? Or
I
does he
don't
not have a
remember
tail?
him with a tail, but he might have one. I imagine he's a monkey, so he must have a tail.
Well, he's a monkey, so he should have a tail.
Yeah.
And if you hadn't have asked me this in this scenario, I'd have said, of course he does. But because you've asked me this now, I'm assuming that maybe does he just have a little tuft? It's either a tail or a tuft. There can't be nothing there.
I swear he has a tail. Yeah, but I don't know. I honestly don't remember one, but surely he has a tail.
I don't remember watching fucking Curious George.
He doesn't have a tail.
He doesn't. Isn't it like a little tuft, almost like a little duck tail?
Get a picture of it up right here. Whoever's editing.
Does he have a
Look at
little?
this up.
Does he have a little? I'm sure he has like a little.
Fucking monkey.
I'm
He's
sure
got
he has a
tail.
little just
He's
tuft.
a chimpanzee.
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah.
Curious George is not a chimpanzee. He's
Oh fuck! Yeah. No, they don't have. Yes.
He's a chimpanzee.
Shit.
Is he? He does not look like a chimpanzee.
When I read this one, I was like, "What the fuck?" Because I swear to God, I had a book with him hanging from a tree.
yeah, with his
from
tail.
From his tail, yeah.
Do you know what I think? Do you know what? And this has only just hit me actually. I think this is based on like a true thing. I remember me and Bethan watched this show once, and it was called. There was only 2 episodes of it, and it was basically just people that had kept exotic animals as pets. And there were these. There was this couple in New York in like the 60s that like they used to be shops where like people would they'd have sort of animals imported in where like their mothers had been killed and they were taken away and they were sold for people like collectors and circuses and things. And this woman went in there and saw this chimp and she felt so sorry for it that they took it home and they had it live in this apartment in New York. And I've just made the connection. I bet that's where Curious George came from because he was a chimpanzee. And they had a cage in this tiny little apartment and it's just rattling this cage. And then they had a son and the chimp and the son thought they were like brothers. But because chimps fight each other, he started like biting the kid. And then that's when they knew that they had to sort of... But it's at Chester Zoo and it's still there.
Well, that monkey.
Yeah. I can't remember what it's called.
How old is he?
Fucking old. It was in the 60s, I think. Or he may have just very recently...
He must be dead.
He may have just very recently died, but last time I looked, when I watched this, he was alive.
That's
He's
not
at
a
Chester
fucking
Zoo.
chimpanzee. Don't look like a
Are
chimpanzee.
you sure he didn't die in prison in the 90s?
Free, Curious
what?
George.
If I...
So you found a picture of him. He doesn't.
He
have
is a
tail.
chimpanzee. He's got a cut out white little... He is a chimpanzee. Definitely.
That does not look like a chimpanzee.
It looks... Yeah.
Chimpanzees have darker hair. They have
If your
darker
mate
skin.
looks like that, cool.
He
Their
does.
faces
I'll show
are
you
different.
later.
That is... Okay, That is not a chimpanzee.
He either looks like
Why do you care?
it's not. Yeah, he gets so wrapped up. It's not.
It's not a chimpanzee.
Well, it
Okay.
is because it ain't got a tail.
Have you heard of fiction?
It's a cartoon.
Right,
Okay,
guys.
yeah, okay. I'm gonna make
You know-
a cartoon,
you know-
but there's gonna be a giraffe. But no, it's dog. But it's not a fucking dog.
Can I
What's
just
a
say?
giraffe
Can
look
I
like
just?
with a
Can I
short
just?
neck?
Can I just say something? Clifford the Big Red Dog. He was A, red, and B, 40 foot tall.
Yeah, but that's
so
in
shut the
yeah,
fuck
but
up.
That's in his name. He's Clifford the Big Red Dog. He's not just Clifford the dog.
Clifford the dog. What's peculiar about this dog? Nothing. He eats dog food. He
Yeah.
likes pedigree. He's 30 foot tall and he's red.
If
But
they just called him Clifford the dog, I'd be like, wait a second, there's something off with this dog.
I can't pinpoint it.
But his
But
name's just-
something about this dog is snidey.
I don't get it. I looking at the picture though, it does. I do think, oh, okay, maybe he didn't have a tail.
Scat
Well,
butt.
after looking at the
After
picture
seeing
of
the
him.
yeah.
Yeah, but but like
No, there's no tail.
No,
He
but
has
all-
no
But after
tail.
you saw a picture of the Monopoly guy, you were like, yeah, no, he definitely has a monocle. Even though you fucking looked
I
at
don't give a
him.
shit. I come from a different.
We're
reality, okay?
slowly
This is bullshit.
breaking down Greg's character and finding out his inner pet peeves. Being proved wrong, I think, is
Yeah,
Is
no,
that-
that is
Definitely, I was so worried that you were like, if you failed today, you would fucking drive off a cliff because you can't take
What, you
like
saying I'm not as good? I'm better driving than you, bitch.
not driving off a cliff. No, I mean like out of anger.
No, as in that's what I would have done to the person. I would have been
Ah,
locked the
right.
doors.
straight off of Portsmouth docks. Like,
You lock the door.
And I would have driven right off.
Okay, so the next one is you don't answer this. How many states does America have?
oh fuck it, I don't even.
It's the same number of stars in their
I'm-
flag.
I'm pretty sure it's either 52 or it's 56. I'm gonna say 56.
What's your answer?
50, exactly.
See, a lot of people think it's 51 or 52.
How many is it? 50?
It's 50.
Is it?
Yeah.
See, I just don't know about that because I don't fucking
Well,
care.
what's funny about that is we
It's
know
a
how
piece of
much.
shit country,
There's
definitely.
50 states, and you know, quite a lot of people know that. No one in England knows how many fucking counties there are.
No.
Who fucking cares? England's a shithole as well. They're all shithole. Everywhere on earth is a shithole.
But at least ours all have the same fucking laws.
They don't know.
Yeah, but there's ones where you can't.
There's like
you can't.
there's villages that literally still have laws that like black people can't enter them. I mean,
Yeah,
obviously they don't enforce
alright,
it,
but it's
they
a
still
bit
exist.
different.
I
if you
wasn't
like,
there one where you couldn't go in Westminster and shit yourself in a suit of armour or something.
What?
What happened? What happened to like this night?
There's a story behind that, isn't there?
This
What's that smell?
because we've got a lot of foreign fans. This would be a great topic, like debunking and talking about bizarre English laws. Because if there's a really common one that it's a bit of an old wives' tale, but I'm almost certain it's got to be true. The amount of people talk about it. If you're pregnant, you're allowed to piss in a policeman's hat.
I hear that's true too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard that's true.
Well,
Yeah.
they don't really wear them anymore, but Bobbies used to wear their big sort of tit hats.
You see some
And
of
you're
them
not
every now
allowed-
and then, but yeah, they're very rare. Now.
You're not allowed to piss on the street.
What
But
about a
if you were-
beefeater's hat?
Oh, but that would just leak because it's all
You could,
furry.
no, you could give birth in a beefeater.
And you're allowed to give birth in a beefeater.
But, like, England does have weird laws. It's because
Yeah, we could do a
it's 'cause
UK
we,
law
we have
thing.
local law.
My dad always told me this, but I don't know if it's true or not. But I've always stuck by it because you're not allowed to. It's about pissing in the street again as well because we're
course it is,
keep it
yeah,
classy, England. You're not allowed to just piss in the street, but you're allowed to piss on the back tire of your own car.
That's pretty cool.
I'm gonna read it.
I'm
gonna-
always pissing on the back tire of my own car if I'm down some alley and I'm like I need to go to the toilet and I'm nowhere near home. Just
You gotta
piss up
cover your
against the
bases
car.
just in case.
cover your base.
Because it's not if they came over and were like stop that, it'd be like it's my fucking car.
It's
Piss
true.
all over it. Like what?
Yeah, it's true.
I can piss up the side of my house if I want.
Best
So why
thing
can't
to do is just don't even pull the car over. If you got a passenger, get them to slip like a bottle onto your dick, pee, and then they just chuck out the window.
Or if you're over 60, just piss in your pants like normal, and someone will clean it up.
Or if you got
Or
a
they
really,
won't.
if you got a really kinky girlfriend, just piss in her mouth. She spit out the window.
both piss on bitches.
I have
or she'll swallow it and then pee out later.
Dude, that's great. That is fucking great.
The human water fountain.
Yeah, it's perfect.
The circle of life.
Just so you guys know, if you ever need a wee and you're driving in the car, piss in your wife's mouth, she'll just piss it out later.
Yeah, it's like
It just prolongs it, doesn't it?
Or piss in your own mouth and you'll piss out
Storing.
later.
Yeah,
Right.
to be fair, but the annoying thing about like peeing in your own mouth is you.
I
then-
do not. I
then when
reckon.
the stream starts to get weaker, it's like, oh no.
Dude, no, but on a serious note, I think in a driving situation, it'd be far easier to piss in your own mouth than in your girlfriend's. Because if she's sat in the passenger seat, you got to really get some force behind it. Whereas you, you're
should put her
driving
head down
just
there.
like.
No, yeah, you just grab her head and
She just puts her mouth
I
around
suppose so. Oh yeah, no, you're right. But then no, she'd have to take her seatbelt off, and that would be unsafe.
You just use her mouth as a
that would be unsafe.
what's it called, a catheter. Anyway, yeah. So there's
Yeah, just get a catheter.
there's 48 counties in England, if you wanted to know.
That's not that many, is there?
48
I
in the
actually thought there
United
were more.
Kingdom.
Oh right, no, yeah.
So Northern Ireland, Wales.
I got a National Trust book the other day,
Scotland,
and it's
England.
got all of the. I swear there wasn't that many.
I literally,
Trust me, there is.
I swear it was just like
I literally
Hampshire,
only know
Devon.
I only know the southern ones.
Yorkshire.
I don't know anything like.
Well, you got Yorkshire, North. I'm not going. What's fucking what's the point?
No, there's like, isn't Yorkshire like split up? There's like North Yorkshire, and then there's like.
Well, no, I'm pretty sure Yorkshire
Greedy.
is a county, but I don't know. I don't
No one
fucking care.
Who fucking cares about Yorkshire?
Why are you bringing it up? You fucking brought it up.
Oh, shut up.
Okay, so what colour is the end of Pikachu's tail?
Red.
Brown.
You think it's red? You think it's brown?
Yeah.
Now, I'll only say that because my original thought was it's like a black brown, isn't it?
Yeah.
But
I swear it's brown.
so I just said red because my answer was going to be black or brown, and I've assumed that's the wrong one.
You're both wrong. The end of his tail is yellow. The base of his tail is brown. Get a picture of him up here.
Yeah, but that makes sense now. I'm not like.
But I'm sort of I don't really
It's
mind
another
about
thing.
not knowing that.
It's another
'Cause
thing that people would swear.
I never gave a fuck about Pokemon, so
What?
Dude.
Man, Pokemon.
First Simpsons,
now.
yeah, you weren't in that era really. Were
Yeah.
you?
You were, like, what did you guys do? Like, Beyblades
well, no,
or
a lot
something?
of my mates were into Pokemon. I just
Yu-Gi-Oh.
never. I was always watching films as a kid. I was never really into any sort of
Oh, you were the
TV
lame,
shows.
one of the lame kids.
I was a film. I just watched films.
Um,
lame.
Queen are a good band.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Good luck.
You guys know the song "We Are the Champions."
I know what this one is. How does it end? And it's
Don't bring it up, Greg. Sing the last lyric to that song, please.
I don't know. It's just this dude like going, "We are champions," and then just dies.
no,
no.
that was the movie, wasn't it?
I'll tell you what
No,
it
go
is. Everyone thinks it fades out with "We are the champions of the world," but it doesn't do that at the end.
on. Do you remember it doing that?
It just cuts off at the end.
We are the champions.
Those
of
are the losers, 'cause we are the champions of the world.
Yeah, that does make sense
Yeah,
in
but
my brain.
It does say that in the song, but at the end of it, it cuts off before that bit, and it just But everyone.
So
I didn't
the
know.
reason that they think that's in the studio version.
It's
The
because it's in two of the choruses, so it would just make sense.
They think it must be to do with the fact that he sung it at the end of a live show or something, but it's not in the actual studio recording of "We Are the Champions." Love Queen.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Okay, guys. Name some HBO shows.
Game of Thrones. True Detective.
Older ones.
The Wire. Deadwood. Was that one?
Keep going.
Sopranos.
Keep going. They're all good. These are all good.
I don't know. I don't know any of it.
Idiot Abroad. That was HBO, wasn't it?
No, it's Sky, but HBO aired it, I think.
Flight of the Conchords was HBO.
Yeah. So it was like a short-lived Tenacious D.
Yeah, Tenacious D. Yeah, they had like a small show.
It was weird.
I can't think of any others.
What HBO shows?
You know, like that HBO like intro where it's like
Yeah.
And all I can think is.
And then whenever you
Are
watch
you
a
excited for the
different...
new season, boys?
I'm not, because
mate.
if there are only some ways that they can make it so I'll enjoy it. Number one, the Onion Knight must survive and become king.
Do you know what? I saw your Instagram story the other day, and
He is
he's
the best
he's
character.
my favourite character.
He's flawed, but he's still a good man. And
It's
that's what
either
he did.
my favourite character is either the Onion Knight, Tyrion, or Bronn.
I
Love
personally
Bronn.
I want Daenerys to either go insane and have to be killed, or just die, because I don't like her. I don't like Daenerys. It's just a fact.
I've only watched the first season. Is
Right,
it
what's
worth
this-
going
she's a
any
bit-
further?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was like
Dude,
she's
watch it,
executing
man.
dudes and like
Don't
fathers
fucking
in front of their
Right,
sons.
right.
I
So
don't
what
like
is
her.
what is this
I want her
Mandela?
to
Is there like dragons in it and stuff?
There are
What is this
dragons.
Mandela effect about HBO shows?
Do you know the name Carrie Bradshaw?
Yes,
No.
Where's it from?
I recognise the name, but I have no idea where it's from.
Do you know this theme? Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Sarah Jessica Parker, HBO show.
Sex and the City.
What's it called?
Sarah Jessica Parker HBO? I've never watched anything with Sarah Jessica Parker.
Sex and the City. I just said it.
You are correct.
Yeah. What about it?
A lot of people think it's Sex and the City.
Oh, it's Sex in the City.
It's Sex in the City, not and. Yeah.
Is it? Nah.
No, you're
Yeah, no,
right.
it is.
You're right.
It's Sex in the City.
No, you said it right. Why are you saying nah?
I thought I said and.
Did you?
Did I say
Okay.
it in?
Fuck.
Well,
In one reality, you did. That's what just happened.
we just
We just
diverged
merged.
dimensions.
Diverged and merged. Yeah, so it is Sex in the City. I always thought it was Sex in the City, and I think it was because when I was younger, it was on at like 10 o'clock on Channel 4 in the evening, and I was like, oh, Sex in the City.
I remember being like an
Oh, it's
insult.
like
I
Sex
remember.
Cetera, but
Yeah.
better.
Oh, Sex Cetera, my friend.
I remember. Oh, Sex Sarah. Why is that not on anymore?
I know.
Do you remember the one where they did art and they
Yeah,
paint?
man.
They were painting their titties and stuff and rolling around on the
I
floor.
love that
Remember
Good shit,
It was
man.
good
Eurotrash? Did you ever watch that?
Nah,
That was fucking
Yeah,
brilliant.
yeah, Eurotrash was good. That was back when like
They could air racy stuff like that.
That was back when before Europeans realised that you could go on the internet and make porn and make loads of money. They were just doing it on the streets before that.
Yeah.
And then they figured out they could film it and make money. So
So, got a few more.
Oh, enlighten me, Matt.
Back to Star Wars.
always good to do a bit of stuff.
What colour? I'll ask you first because you might know. What colour is C-3PO?
Right. Well, it's going to be gold, isn't it? But I assume he's not. I assume.
Not fully. No.
I mean, he is fucking gold, but
There's a large part of him that is a different colour.
black.
Do you know?
He's gold and he's got a silver arm.
No.
Yeah.
No.
And he has a red arm in the new
No.
trilogy. It does actually have a red arm.
Okay, it might have in the new trilogy, but I'm talking about the only Star Wars movies, the original 3,
Oh, okay.
and the Christmas special.
His leg.
Oh,
his
fuck.
leg's a different colour.
His leg, his right lower leg is silver.
Okay, it was his leg. Alright.
Really?
His right lower leg is silver.
But see, I just think that's because the camera quality in the first couple was so shit that you can't even tell.
Mate, if you watch the Blu-rays,
he's walking
you can,
around in a
but if you watch the
desert.
Blu-rays, you always have to deal with them putting no in at the end of Return of the Jedi. He's chucking like Palpatine down the fucking chasm, and he's just like, no.
Dude, is it Return of the Jedi where they have Anakin, the actor who does Anakin, as
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
ghost?
he does.
He's just like awkwardly standing there. He's like,
That is so funny, George Lucas. You
Fucking
made a couple good movies and then some amazing films that are just
It's so weird. I don't think there's ever been a man who is such a
but
genius and such a mong at the same time.
I
Like,
think
yeah, but the funny thing is that I
they said it
heard.
was his wife who edited it.
Yeah, I
correctly.
heard that beforehand. He had a lot of editors and
Yeah.
producers that tried to stop him from doing the
Mm.
insane stuff. And then like it got to the prequels, and he was just like, "I'm doing all of it," and it's just like, George, what have you done?
His wife won an Academy Award and he hasn't. His ex-wife, sorry. So
There's
yeah,
a good reason he has them.
his lower right leg is silver. Picture up here to prove it.
I don't care.
And I know the reason that a lot of people think that C-3PO is fully gold is
because most of him is gold.
A lot of memorabilia shows him with him being completely gold.
And, as I said, the rest of him is gold.
You know what? Yeah, I thought it was Zahn, but yeah, I guess it is his leg. Now I think about it, yeah, obviously, but like...
Name some quotes from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
I won't hurt you.
I ho, I ho. It's off to work we go. Do 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 do.
I haven't watched that fucking film since I was
Do you reckon?
6.
Do you reckon women sing that when they're in a?
We ho, we ho.
It's off to work I go, and then we're.
Ow, 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 ow. You're a monster, Greg.
Just saying.
What's the right
There's nothing wrong
whorehouse?
with-
Like all these.
There's nothing wrong with being a
No,
whore.
being a sex worker is amazing.
Why
In fact,
do
we
you-
were actually thinking about like calling one up to talk to as like an interview
Why
That
do you
would
want
be
us
fun,
to name
wouldn't it?
Snow White quotes?
because there might be one that you get wrong.
Oh, okay.
Is it something to do with the mirror? I am literally just guessing.
Ooh,
Do a lot of people think that the mirror on the wall is Snow White, but it's
fairest
not?
of them all.
Yeah,
Is
it's
it that?
not. It's Sleeping Beauty, isn't it?
No, it is the witch. I don't understand why.
What? No, the mirror on the wall is
Which
Sleeping
one's the
Beauty,
one with
isn't it?
Maleficent then?
That's Snow White.
Is that Snow White?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No,
Oh,
it's not.
No. Sorry. You're completely right. The one with the cool spiky head of horn.
That's
I'm
Sleeping
sure.
Beauty.
That's
I'm
Sleeping
sure
Beauty. That's
Maleficent
Maleficent.
is Sleeping Beauty, and doesn't
Yeah.
Maleficent? She looks in the mirror.
No.
Who's the witch?
She
then?
does!
Who's the witch? Who's
The Ice Queen or whatever her fucking name is.
who's the witch in Snow White then?
Yeah, like the Queen.
Oh, and then she makes herself look old.
Yeah.
Yeah, the evil queen don't look in the mirror, does she?
Dude,
Yeah.
I haven't watched these films since I was like.
So what's the quote?
She talks to the mirror. What does she say? What does she say to the mirror?
She
Mirror,
says,
mirror on the wall.
"Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all?"
You're both wrong. We've fallen into a different time.
Okay, what is it then?
It's magic mirror on the wall. You fucking troglodytes.
That is.
Is that
wrong.
it?
That's wrong.
That is it.
Nothing
That's
that
wrong.
you
Can I-
said then
That's
was
wrong.
as interesting
Can-
as the Nelson Mandela thing.
Can
The
I
rest
ta-
of it
can
was
I,
all.
Can I tell you something? When people kept saying to me the Mandela Effect, I was like,
That's wrong. It doesn't
The-
exist,
the-
but now I think it does.
what?
Mandela Effect exists.
Dude, me looking into it made me think it doesn't exist.
Mirror on the wall is 100% accurate.
It's not. It's because of parody.
No, I've got it on my phone. I recorded it, but my phone. This isn't my phone. This is alternate reality. Greg 67926's one.
Oh yeah. I mean, he's a prick. Just
I'm
like,
Greg from Earth C-137.
Mate, all of them are pricks except this one who's like really nice. But we all think he's a prick because we don't like nice. Greg.
you've poisoned him.
Doofus Greg.
So yeah, those are some Mandela Effects.
Right,
There's definitely more, but these ones I picked because I thought they pertain a little bit more to our knowledge.
Can I talk about my Mandela?
Because a lot of them is
Can
American
I talk
youth
about my Mandela
that we
Effect?
wouldn't know.
That I legit
Yes.
believe. Okay, in the 90s,
Yeah.
the height of Sinbad's career.
Who?
Sinbad, the comedian, you know, he's like black, but
It's
he's
a
like,
joke. I know who Sinbad is.
He's in that Arnold Schwarzenegger film.
Go on.
Oh yeah, Jingle All the Way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, he made a film in the 90s where he's a genie. Okay. But he didn't, apparently. And everyone's telling me, and everyone's saying that it doesn't exist. It existed, and there's people on the internet that agree with me. Sinbad made a fucking genie movie, and it's real, and I 100% remember it. But people say it doesn't exist.
People say it doesn't exist.
It does exist.
People say that they have VHSs of this,
I have seen this shit.
And you can't find it online.
but there's no pictures. Everyone who said that they have a VHS of it say, "I'll take a picture of it when I get home" or something, and then they never take a picture of it because they go home and they realise it's
That they
fucking
don't have it.
it's fucking Shaq
No, they
in
don't.
Shazam.
They go
Yeah.
home and then they get taken over by an alternate reality version of themselves. And I'm just one of the only surviving ones that remember Sinbad, because that 100% existed.
I actually looked into this one, and because I didn't think that Lewis would know who Sinbad is, I didn't pick it. But there is a picture of Sinbad dressed as a genie on the internet, and it was for a promotional thing.
I remember it from when I was a kid. I remember a VHS, and he's dressed up as a genie. And he looks not like exactly like.
Well, hang
the
on,
genie
you
from
had a whole
Aladdin.
box of VHS, didn't you?
Yeah,
Why don't you
where
go
are
look
they?
through them?
Nah, because I know
No, it's not there.
I know for sure that my brain's fucking with me, but like, I mean, come
Yeah,
on.
but it can't be fucking with
I
you and
remember that.
100 other people.
Yeah, it doesn't make any
Unless
sense.
it-
Thousands of people think
yeah.
this.
Unless it is just a random other
fucking
movie
with
and
my-
it's
it
not
does-
Sinbad, it's just
No,
a man who
it
looks
fucks
like
with
him.
my head. I remember that fucking Sinbad film.
I get shit like that. Like, I remember loads of programs that I used to watch as a kid, and whenever I tell
Yeah.
people about them, they're like,
I have,
don't know what
yeah,
you're talking about.
I go on on YouTube all the time, and I look for old children's shows, and I'm just like, there's memories of children's shows I have, and I can't find them, and I don't
Yeah.
know, and there's so many of them.
There's this one that I remember so much, and it's like elves and something, and they're all quite short, and they work underneath the ground, and how they work underneath the ground changes the seasons on top. I cannot fucking find that cartoon anywhere. One day, I was watching that with the. I was watching it on television. My mum, at the time, I must have been about 7 or 8. She was like, "No, we're going to the fucking car boot sale now." And I was like, "Oh, that's fucking shit, man." Well, I didn't say that because I was like 7.
I want to watch the elves.
I want to watch the fucking elves.
Poopy, Mum.
Not joking. I went to the thing. My mum was like, "I'm just so sorry. I'll buy you this cartoon VHS," and it was just like 8 or 9 different cartoons on it, and I was watching it, and the same fucking cartoon was on that VHS. But I have not seen it since.
There was some program I used to watch as a kid, and I've tried Googling it so many times that every time I Google it, it's just the Care Bears come up, and I'm like, and every time I tell someone about it, it's like, it's the Care Bears. I'm like, it's not the fucking Care Bears. There was a show I used to watch as a kid, and they all looked like jelly babies. And it was this weird, colourful land, and they all look like jelly babies. And every time I try and look for it, like jelly bear, jelly, it's all just the Care Bears. And it's not the Care Bears. I don't know what it is.
I think I know what that is.
Really?
The Care Bears.
Do you ever have you ever like had a memory of something, and you're like, and you find the thing you're looking for, then you watch it, and you're like, this is not what I remember.
Yeah.
And I had that, like, we went to America like when we were like 14 or something, and there was like this sort of claymation on it, and there was like an Aardman animation or something like that. And I remember it, I was like, what the hell? This is like the weirdest, craziest thing I've ever seen. And then I watched it when I was an adult, and I was like, that is not what I remember seeing.
No.
And even now I doubt that that's what I watched. I don't know.
We did. It was called Hamilton Mattress, if you want to
I
check it
don't
out.
know. It just feels different. It's
Yeah, but that's
wrong.
just you getting older, isn't it? Your
I
taste.
don't think it is. I don't think it is.
So yeah, let's hold
It's
on
a
to that a little
different
bit.
reality. I watched a different
There's a-
realities version of it.
There's a swimming pool near here in Portsmouth somewhere, and it was the shittest place I've
I had
ever
that.
been.
Have you ever been
Same.
It
there?
was fucking
You ever-
tiny.
you
The
ever
wave
been to,
machine was like, you might as well just blow the water. I was
obviously
like,
you
this
live-
is not the same
You live
place.
in Southampton.
Yeah.
Do you ever been to Romsey Rapids?
Yeah.
Mate, Jesus Christ. I remember that from when I was a kid. I was like, that's amazing. I went there as an adult.
Shit.
There's like plasters flat. Mate, you
Yeah.
got underwater
Oh.
goggles on. It's green.
Green!
It's like filth.
you wait till you
It's
hear
like
this, right?
radiation water. It's like, so they got it from like the fucking reactor of a, like the coolant reactor of a fucking.
YouTube.
nuclear power plant.
Come
YouTube-
down to Hiroshima
YouTube reaction
Rapids.
channel.
Oh, God.
Huh?
YouTube reaction channel.
I don't get it.
React. Fuck it, go.
Oh
No, yeah. I went to Cornwall with my family as a kid. I went with my mum, my dad, and my brother, and we went to this swimming pool, and there was some slides. It was nothing special, but me, I must have been about, I don't know, 10, 11. And like me, my dad, and my brother were all swimming around, just having a laugh. And my mum sat on the side doing the typical mum thing. Is your mum really your mum if she doesn't just sit at the side of the swimming pool, just ignoring you?
It's because she had a period. That's why women don't.
Highly doubt it, man. She's old. Way past that. No, she sat aside reading. We're all sort of jostling with her, like, "Oh, come on, get in. You're getting in the pool." And she's like, "No, I'm not. No." And she's all like, and we're like, "Ah, yeah, fucking." And we're all swimming around.
Pussy.
Yeah, we're all swimming around, and then I look over and I just see her like, she's just smiling at us all like that, and we're like, "What the fuck is she smiling at about? Why is she being so smug?" And we're like, "Man, there's something going on here." So we all get out and we're like, "What are you smiling at?" She's like, "Nothing." nothing. I'm like, fuck, what are you smiling at? She goes, I don't know, just look over there. And I have to be very careful how I word this. Is Sunshine Crew the appropriate term to use? Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
a bus,
mentally disabled.
Yes, a bus full of mentally
learning
disabilities, learning impaired children
Yeah.
that had come along for a nice day out to swim, and we sort of look over at them, you know, nothing out of the ordinary, and we're just like, what? No, what are you laughing at? And she's like, why are you all swimming around a second ago? One of them shit in the pool. Yeah.
Yeah,
And she gonna
That's hard to hold in a laugh for.
That definitely happens. I had a friend that used to work at a leisure centre near here, and he said every single time, because they used to have regular groups, and it got to the point where they were doing stuff like that every single time, but because they couldn't deny them,
regular groups of Sunshine Crews,
people with learning disabilities,
the happy bus,
and
regular groups,
and
regular.
they couldn't turn them away. So what happened is they ended up, they had to shut off the entire pool for like an hour, and then gave them an hour that they could use it for, because otherwise it took too long to clean up, and they had to evacuate the pool because there was just feces and stuff in it.
I got a really interesting point.
Very weird.
My mum, and I'm going to say where, I don't want to I would say she did work at a spa, and it's quite a prestigious, not prestigious spa, but full of single mums that like to have a sip of wine, and you know, and they're all divorcees, and we just need a relaxing day. We haven't worked all week, but we just need a spa session, ladies. Yeah. Them sort of women, and it's supposed to be, you know, quite nice. And my mum used to work in there, and she used to clean, and she said every time she went in there, at least once. Maybe, you know, once every week or every 2 weeks, there was a shit in the shower. Women would just go in there and just drop a fucking log in the shower and just be like, yep. And just fucking fanny pads just stuck on walls and shit. And it's like, how grim do you have to fucking be? Like,
you don't understand. I used to work as a...
women are nasty, man. Women are grosser than blokes.
I used to work as a cleaner on a military base. And things like shits in the showers, that's a regular occurrence, man.
What the fuck's wrong with people?
I do not know.
Have you heard of a waffle stomp?
Yeah.
No.
This where you shit in the shower and then just stomp it down the drain.
Yeah. Is it because the drain's gridded so it looks like a waffle?
Yeah,
I get it.
Yeah, waffle stomp.
That's genius.
It's good, isn't it?
Like
it's good. I worked in a nightclub. Cleaning the women's toilets was harder for me to do than the men's.
Yeah,
I found
and
it
it's
weird.
nothing to do with just like being like derogatory. It's just like, no, you're fucking gross. Don't stick your fucking jam rags on the walls. Don't shit on the floor.
There was more pee on the floor because a lot of women...
They hover, don't they?
They hover.
They just piss everywhere.
Yeah. Anyway, so let's get back to this Mandela Effect.
Speaking of communal showers, I'm pretty sure I met a paedophile quite a lot when I was a kid.
When?
I used to go swimming.
You shower with your dad?
Mate, I've got something to talk about.
I used to go swimming.
Oh, fucking hell.
Fuck the Mandela Effect. It's shit.
All
I used to go swimming all the time as a kid, and I used to have swimming lessons, and there was always this bloke. I never saw him in the pool once, but when we were in the shower, there was always this bloke who would just walk in. Like, there's 6 kids in the shower, and he would just walk in completely naked and just start showering.
I'll
showering with us.
This one out quick so we can move on. Yeah, when I was like in like year 5, so I was like 10 or so. There's like we went on like a school trip for like a weekend / week, or I don't know how long it was, to like this study center where they have like what are they called, like squirrels and fucking
squirrels.
What they called the
I know what you're on about. This isn't good.
Were you there as well?
No, I wasn't there for this one.
But they're like badgers and foxes, and you could like the main thing was at night you go see them.
You might want to edit a lot of that out because it's one of the only places you can do it, and I don't want people to fucking look it up.
It'll be alright.
It'd be fine. It doesn't matter if they.
I need to go back and ask my mum as well.
But basically, we went when we went. There was like different schools all went at the same time, and like you had cabins and stuff. But they had like communal showers, and we were all like 10 years old, and, like naked, having a shower together. It's kind of weird.
There was a badger.
But like a lot of like the older people, it's not weird because that's like what they grew up doing. But as a young kid, it was weird.
And old people
But
love
they
nudist
had-
holidays.
Apparently, one of the teachers from the other schools is a convicted paedophile, and he was there when I went there. I mean, obviously, I didn't get touched or anything, but he could have been in the showers watching me. I don't know, and that's just weird. I think, like, because we found out about it, like, maybe like a decade later.
Wait!
And
Whoa!
it was fucking insane.
Whoa! Sorry, I want to.
This is true.
This is true.
Going back to what the fuck you said. You said, Greg, you might want to be careful talking about this because it's one of the only places that you can do it. What? Shower with the noms?
Yeah.
What were you talking about?
No, it's because it's like one of the only places.
So I'm
you
sorry, guys. I'm trying to look up what a badger looks like with no hair.
Why?
Can't find any.
No, that's good. You got a good point. I think they look like naked mole rats.
Mole rats.
like this.
This is true. This is, and when I found out, I was like, Greg, are you okay?
Maybe
Oh, I
maybe
don't
suppressed
care.
memories, but I tell you,
Mandela.
Was it like that episode of South Park where Mr. Mackey gets abused by that owl on the school trip?
man, it might have been. It was weird. It would like when I found out about it, I was a bit weirded out. I'll be honest.
I mean, it's not normal.
It's not normal. It's not something you should like. It was just weird. And he got convicted like a few years later, but I didn't find out like till like a decade or so later.
Are your legs tired?
And I had friends. I
Kennedy,
had
was he?
friends that were the ones in his school group,
Oh god,
and
this is getting dark.
at the same time, which is weird. That's weird. But yeah, okay, let's move on.
Yeah, Mandela Effect. You want to finish that
I'm
off?
trying to think about any weird things that happened with me on school trips. Oh, we went to like the mass graves in Belgium.
Yeah,
You were
same. Yeah, I went as well.
Oh, you must have loved it. But
That was pretty fun.
we did you sneak out at night?
Yeah.
I think everyone did it there.
Everyone did it.
You
And
talked about this in another podcast, didn't you? Because you were drinking or something. weren't you?
Yeah, you could because the legal age in
Yeah.
Belgium is 14 or was 14.
That's fucking ridiculous.
It's crazy, isn't
That's
it?
mad.
It's so crazy.
It was good. I fucking loved
mate,
it.
everyone just got out and fucking got
Yeah.
like we were jumping out the windows and then we couldn't get back in the windows because it was like fucking.
And
smashed.
America think they're the land of the free.
21.
You can drink
20.
in Belgium at 14.
You can die in Iraq 3 years before you can drink.
It's true, isn't it?
Yeah, but imagine this, yeah? You go to Iraq at 18. You're in there for 6 months. You get your leg blown off.
At least you can drink in Iraq.
No,
You come back and you
come
can't
back,
even have
but
a-
you can't drink your sorrows away because you're not old enough. Fucking horrible.
Oh no.
Can't believe it's.
I'm gonna do this is an upcoming episode as well. I'm gonna find the weirdest ages to be able to do stuff in certain countries. That's something that was going to come up.
I think it's in America you have to be at least 9 months old before you can have a handgun.
God, in India, there's drinking ages that go up to 30.
What?
Be older than 30 to drink.
In India?
In some places in India.
Why?
Horrible. Restriction of human freedoms.
Why don't they just ban alcohol altogether? If you haven't had a drink by the time you're 30,
Just don't
why
ban
would you?
alcohol. Let people drink.
Dude, there's some here. I'm looking now, and there's 19 countries that don't have an age limit on to drink.
Oh, beautiful. That's the way the world should be.
I imagine some of them are like Eastern European.
Or Bolivia, China.
That doesn't surprise me. China are very weird. It's like oh, you can't do this, you can't do that, and then it's just like, oh yeah, but you can sniff jankum and glue and drink.
But do you know what? I think that's why they don't have an age limit on drinking. I think because no one over there drinks because there's so much other
Well, I
wacky
don't
weird
think
shit
they-
they'd rather be
I
doing.
don't think they have.
They're like, why would I want to drink when I can
I don't
sniff
think they
your
have an
shit out of
age
a Coke bottle?
I don't think they have an age restriction on smoking because there's that famous thing of that kid that smokes.
I've seen that. Fuck.
Dude, I can
fucking
smoke a
weird.
lot, and that kid that made me sick.
Yeah, man.
He's
mate.
hooning it.
And he's fat as well, man. That kid is not. He's probably not alive now. Let's be honest.
It's like watching them 60s movies, isn't it?
Yeah.
His face should be on backy pouches.
This is what will happen to you.
So yeah, that's a bit weird. Anyway, I was going to say, which of those Mandela effects affected you the most
My one.
in your mind? The Sinbad one.
Like, cause
I did say mine, but
I don't know if we mentioned it, but like one of the theories with the Mandela Effect is, there's loads of alternate realities and people are dropping into different ones where things are different.
Nah.
Which is obviously bullshit. I mean, we can all agree that that's a... I mean, it could...
There's four
maybe-
conspiracies as to
maybe
why
it's-
the Mandela effect happens. The first one is parallel universes. The second one is time travelers that come back in time and past. Change the space time
and just fuck
continue
shit, yeah.
by changing one letter or the monocle of a fucking
because that's exactly what
logo.
it is.
Yeah, because if you spent, years and years building a time machine, that's what you do. You'd come back and rub the fucking monocle off of the Monopoly
Logan
man.
Paul of the 3000s. He just come back and he's like, I'm going to prank him.
But hang on, that's bollocks, because doing that, you would, if we're going to go by the time-space laws or whatever, you create a paradox. Because if you created a time machine to go back in time to rub the monocle off of the Monopoly man, well, when you came back, the Monopoly man wouldn't have a monocle. Henceforth, you would have never gone back in the first place, and you would have created a paradox. So,
Yeah,
I mean,
paradoxes are crazy.
Yeah, so fuck off.
Unless time travel causes parallel universes to open up, in which case they wouldn't be paradoxes.
I'm very split down the middle on this because I think a lot of it is just people making assumptions. People just assume something's true and they tell their friends. But then I'm like, it's not real. But then when you say shit like that, you swear you've seen this VHS, and loads of other people that you've never met swear that they've seen it.
Weird.
That's fucking weird.
It's fucking weird.
But all the other shit, just like, does Curious George have a tail? And you're just like, well, I assume he does because he's a monkey.
Yeah,
to me, that's not odd. That's just.
I think it's false memories. It's just.
Yeah, it's just you. Well,
I'm getting onto that.
Yeah, don't they say that like every single time you remember a moment in your life, every single time you remember that, it changes a fraction?
Every time you recall it to someone else.
Yeah, it changes a fraction in your head. So...
Yeah, the other two reasons are black hole was created by the Large Hadron Collider.
That's
and then
never happened.
fucked us up. I would love to get a t-shirt, though, that says Large Hard-On Collider.
And the only...
AKA my dick.
And the only thing that this mass black hole of dark matter sucked up was the Monopoly man's monocle... Curious George's tail, and
imagine
and a VHS of Sinbad.
Imagine how poor someone's understanding of black holes must be to think that the mini black holes by the Large Hadron Collider could do something like that. You have to have no understanding of basic physics.
Swallow up 5,000 copies of a VHS with a comedian as a genie.
The black hole's got a brain. It's just like, I must find all of the Sinbad genie fucking films.
And it sucked up all the newspaper headlines of when Nelson Mandela died in prison.
It gets like half the human population sucks up their memories of it.
Okay, I'm gonna let me do this because I fucking wrote this out.
You read. We went into
people only. This is the last conspiracy, and it's to do with the fact that people have only really recently known about the Mandela Effect after December 21st, 2012. The end of the world. But
Right.
it never actually happened. Anyway,
I'm going to make a quick assumption here. Sorry, but I think saying, "Oh yeah, it's only existed for this matter of time because of Hadron Collider, black hole, blah blah blah." No, what I'm assuming it is that you all have the ability now with something like the internet to talk to each other and go, "Do you remember that
Correct.
Sinbad VHS?" And someone's like, "Yeah." Whereas back in the fucking 70s, they'd have gone, "I swear that happened," and his wife would have gone, "No, that didn't happen," and he'd have gone, "Oh, all right then."
It's because you got people confirming opinions.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it solidifies your idea that your memory's true.
That's all it is.
It's a lot like flat earthers. It's like when everyone's there, like going, "Oh yeah, you're
feeding
definitely
each
right.
other's
You're
fucking
definitely right.
fire. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, your memory's right, not theirs."
what I was going to do at the start of this was to see if I could implant some false memories in both of you by showing you a short clip and then testing you on it afterwards, but then I decided not to do that. But I might do that for something in the future. Anyway,
My memory's so bad.
That's a good idea.
false memories is basically like the critique of it, and there's whole groups of people that see the same thing, and then when one person recollects it badly, then it changes the memory of everyone else that's in.
Still,
I think the only time that this
Sinbad
fucks with me
Genie, man.
is when
It's such a funny film.
I think the only time that this fucks with me is when I have arguments with people. It's normally Bethan, because I live with Bethan, but it can be my parents. Like, I am so certain that I said something, and they're like, you never said that. And I'm like, I did fucking say that. I know I said it because I remember saying
If
it. I
that
remember
happens a lot, you need to start recording your conversation.
I remember exactly where I was sat when I said that. I remember who I was looking at. I remember what I was eating. I remember what I was wearing. I know I fucking said that. And they're like, no, you didn't. And then I get angry, but then I'm like, but am I right? Because if they can't remember, can I remember? And then I get all annoyed at myself.
Or they've done it
like,
one time and then they realise that it's easy to bug you by saying...
It happened this
Or
morning.
like, to win an argument against you, all someone needs to say is, no, you didn't say that. And then you're like, huh?
It happened this morning, right? It was something Bethan had said. Bethan said to me yesterday, she was like, oh yeah, I'll go off and I'll do this, this and this while you're out tomorrow, meaning here. And I said to her this morning when I picked her up from work, I was like, yeah, well, you know when I go to Matt's later? And she was like, I didn't know you were going to Matt's. And I went, you said to me yesterday you were going to do shit while I was out. And she went, no, I didn't. And I went, yes, you did. Yes, you did, because that's why I didn't say anything.
This is exactly what Greg does.
Fucking mad.
Greg actively does this. No, I'm like, Greg, can you do this for me? And then like 2 days later, I'm like, did you do it for me? And you're like, you didn't say that.
There's an episode of...
But he knows.
I just don't remember.
He knows
saying
that all he has to do is say that, and then I'm like, oh, okay.
Have you seen the episode?
Maybe I didn't say that.
Have you seen the episode of Black Mirror where they've all got like cameras in their eyes, and it's like,
They
you never
rewind it.
said that, and it's like, and it's
fucking
like,
love that.
mate, if I had that,
Fuck that
I'd be
shit.
king of the world, because I'm always right.
Right, so I'm just gonna leave this as my conclusion. I read an article by Rachel Barkley. Human memory is notoriously unreliable, especially when it comes to details. Scientists have found that prompting an eyewitness to remember more can generate details that are outright false, but that feel just as correct to the witness as actual memories. We can't possibly remember every tiny detail we see, but our memories would feel incomplete if there were big swathes of grey running through them. So the brain fills in the details as best it can, borrowing from other memories and the imagination in order to build what feels like a complete picture.
I'll tell you what,
Makes sense.
one that
I
hits
just
home-
I don't trust people's memories. I don't even trust my own. So.
One that hits home is that when I was talking to my friend Cody, who made the intro music for us, we were talking about all different quotes that we wanted, and I had this clear like voice note in my head of you going, "Oh God, Greg!" And I surfed through every podcast and I couldn't find
I'll
it.
probably cut it out.
But like I remember
It's
listening
usually
to it back
a
and
reaction
laughing.
to me saying something bad that we
Or
have to
like
cut out.
I remembered a certain quote that I wanted in there, and then when I watched it back, I was like, I don't remember it being like that. I thought it was different. I thought I worded that differently, and it's all. And I remember stuff that you said that you didn't, and it's so weird.
It's
I know,
annoying.
it's
But
what
that
isn't
was the topic of the Mandela Effect.
Yeah.
Please don't ask us to do it again.
Yeah.
Although
But-
we might. I
But how many did we list there? Like 5?
think it's about 10.
Oh fucking hell, 10. Write yours that you've seen, or ones that are a bit personal to you, like Greg's Sinbad Genie DVD, or if you
have to remember,
saw that.
If you guys have seen it, back me up. It fucking exists.
I left out a lot of things that only American kids would get, like Berenstain Bears and all that sort of stuff.
because we never
Just
had
stuff
that.
that we would all know. Yes, we're running out of battery, so I don't know. Have you got a Goonie tune?
I don't even know what the is, man.
I don't think you need to do a Goonie tune.
I don't have to. I don't mind.
What was last week's Goonie tune?
Wow. Aphex Twin.
Yes.
Flim by
Aphex
Aphex
Twin.
Twin.
Yeah, so if you got that, I
butchered it
can't
pretty
remember
bad.
if anybody did.
No.
Of course,
I
no
don't
one's
think
gonna get it because I'm too good.
No, it was
My
Aphex
music
Twin.
taste is
Um,
better.
No Goonie tunes this week because we are running out of camera battery. We don't know where the guitar is, and
He should have been.
Or actually, no. I've restringed my guitar in a different setting, so I wouldn't even be able to play.
and you guys like Goonie tunes, and I think we've been a bit too nice to you recently. So fuck yourselves.
Let's
Wait till next
Go
week.
suck a dick.
We can do a couple of conundrums and then just fucking, or just go now because time's fine.
It's up to you guys.
This is so professional.
Well, you know.
Mister doesn't want to chip in on any of that side of things.
Oh, I see. Okay, I'm gonna come up with my own section right now.
Oh,
Here we go. All you need to do is jab him a little bit.
It's called Rat 101.
I know what this is going to be about as well.
Okay, And I am putting Matt into Room Rat 101 because he's a fat prick.
No. You're supposed to do that afterwards.
Huh?
What?
Why'd you put me in it and then talk about it? You're supposed to talk about it and then put it in.
Because it's my section. I can
See,
do
this
what I
is
want.
why you're
Oh,
getting
fuck.
put. This is why you're getting put in
Yeah,
Rat 101.
that's-
Okay, all
You
right,
just
all right.
explained
I'll
why you're
shut
getting
my
put in
big
there.
fucking fat mouth. Tell me why I'm a dickhead.
Man, there's so many things to explain. Ratty beard. To cover your fat
ratty
neck.
beard.
You googly eyes.
Greg's taken out. This is Greg.
Anything
Greg
you say,
101.
anything you say, I've read in a YouTube comment or I've said to you as a joke already.
Yeah.
I sweat a lot. I have a small dick.
Mm.
My bollocks are about 4 times bigger than my dick.
No, I'll tell you what,
It's
just to piss you off, because we need to keep the Threeskins, so we need you around. I'm going to put Matt's dick into Room Rat 101. So you got to live without that.
Anyway,
That matter.
Missing the skin.
I still, all I use my dick for is pissing.
I was thinking about this the other day. Like foreskins, like so they call the foreskin, so is the rest of it just the skin?
No, it's called the before skin.
That's incredible. Yeah. Wow.
Goodbye, everyone.
Write in the comments your Mandela effects. Write in your comments how much you love us. And I forgot to say 100 likes. If you're still at the end, fucking hit a like. Log out. Go into a different account. Log out of that account. And then go into another account. Get your mum's account. Say, yo, mum. Fucking tell your friends. Tell your family all about me.
The foreskin.
If we ever do, start doing vlogs,
Can't believe I didn't come up with that. You did, you son of a bitch. Genius.
That's why my
if
dick
we ever
is
start,
in
if
Rat
we ever
101.
start doing vlogs leading up to the podcast, they have to be called the Before Skins.
Before,
Yeah,
that's brilliant.
Yeah.
Genius.
Guys, so you got the 4 and then the before. It's but where does it change?
I don't know.
Where it stops getting wrinkly. Under your bell. Under your acorn.
Yeah, but it can change.
Then it turns to
because
shark
it's-
skin.
Greg's got a
I
weird
got
foreskin.
short foreskin, haven't I?
Yeah, but you know when you peel it back and it won't go any further, that's your foreskin and the rest is just shaft.
Okay.
That's a good movie with Samuel.
Shaft. Okay.
Are we signing off? Let's see you
I mean,
later.
yeah.
Look, you can sign off. Come on.
Yeah, go on.
Thanks for listening, everybody. Greg, play the outro song. Thank you very much, everybody, for listening. Please make sure to check us out on iTunes and Spotify. If you hate listening to us on YouTube and you'd like something more accessible, we are on iTunes and Spotify. Just search the Threeskins podcast, or the link is in the description. Link to the tip jar is also in the description as well if you would like a little shout out like we gave the lovely people in this one.
Yes,
You can
you're
write your own.
angels.
You can write your own little messages. Amazon link is also down there as well. Click that if you shop on Amazon regularly. There's no catch. It just you shop like normal, and we get a small percentage
For sending
that
you
helps
there,
us
like
out.
a referral thing. I'd also like to point out thank you, Snips, for the new intro and the
Snips.
section in
Transition
the
sounds.
middle. That's actually put me off a little bit.
I know I was going.
You guys were taking ages.
Right.
All right, no, you go now.
We'll see you all next week.
Oh yeah, no, actually,
Oh,
this is an afterthought.
This is the
You
worst
could-
outro. We've
You
ever
can listen
done.
to any. You can listen to
Should've
our
had a before.
You can listen to this podcast on any provider now. It's not just iTunes and Spotify. If you use Castbox, if you use Podcast Addict, if you use whatever one you use normally, just type Threeskins in and I'm with there.
A wind up radio.
We're there.
Listen
We're
to
on
us
like every
that.
podcast thing now, so
Yeah.
go check us out. And if you don't, fuck you.
Greg will dig up your grave.
Well, you got to die first. So I'm gonna kill you. Wait till after your funeral. Well, actually, no. I'm gonna go to your funeral, but I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, I like them so much. Obviously, I didn't. I don't like you.
Do you know what you should do? Your perfect job would be a grave digger. Like, you dig the graves, and then, they put the coffin in, and you stand there, and then all the family
Yeah,
leave,
but
and then you just dig it back
yeah,
up
but the
again.
issue is that if they find missing dead bodies, who are they gonna look at first? The grave digger. It's too obvious. I think.
Is it?
I think it's too obvious.
The grave man. He needs to return.
I haven't seen the grave.
Dude, I can't believe you learned to drive. You fucking beat me.
Yeah, I beat you. I beat you by like 2 years.
We were going to do a video where we don't have to keep including this, but we were going to do a video where it was like me and Greg first to drive, and the loser would have to shave their head.
Right, shave your head.
Oh, well, here we go then.
Well, no,
Dude, you look like Kevin Spacey as Lex Luthor.
Wrong. That's fucking good.
Boys!
No, I reckon I look like you know when he takes Darth Vader's fucking hat off. Is it a hat? Yeah, you know, it's fucking like.
And it looks like,
little
it
ring.
looks
Wrong
like
with
someone's
his face?
rubbed like fucking coal on his
He's got like
head.
scabies or something.
He looks like an itchy foreskin.
Oh yeah, when you get sort of like pant fluff on it.
Yeah.
On your belly.
Pant fluff.
Yeah, no, his whole face looks like an old person's ass. It's been powdered with talcum powder.
Fucking Darth Vader's head. We turned a fat kid into Darth Vader.